Was I wrong? Did we go lower? What's going on with price? We can talk about something that was important that the U.S. Census just put out. We can talk about a trend on TikTok that I think just highlights the negativity around the platform, and if I had a magic wand, would ban. And we should talk about what CNN Business has to say. But first, before we do this, I want to send out an apology. Caesar, I want to congratulate you for getting your next deal. I had recognized you via email, I believe, about a week or two ago, and I failed to follow through. So Caesar, congratulations. Your card will be in the mail. It is already stamped, folks. These are cards I mail out. I generally do at the end, but Caesar, thank you for reminding me. Folks, if you've got you closed your first deal, you got your next deal, we have communicated, and I have not given you a public recognition on the daily financial news, send me a note, remind me. I will always give you a shout out, so that's your signal. So if I've missed it for some reason, I apologize. It is just me. I am busy. I drop the ball sometimes. So Caesar, congratulations. Alrighty, folks, let's talk about two important videos that we posted from new folks yesterday. I believe it was at 5 o'clock. We posted an excellent interview with Lisa Sutton. Lisa Sutton is former Miss Las Vegas and former Miss Nevada. In that conversation, we talk about going from beauty queen to entrepreneur. And we will actually learn she was an entrepreneur before she was a beauty queen, actually having cupcakes with alcohol in them. I could not imagine a better combination in Las Vegas. Also moving on, she is now making the Ship Las Vegas framework available to everyone. Shout out Lisa Sutton, doing amazing work. That was at 5 o'clock yesterday. And then 7 o'clock, we had John Pompliano. Finally got a Florida real estate agent. Folks, I know a lot of you are interested in Florida. We finally made it happen. We talk about insurance. We talk about migration. We talk about an interesting idea. John, and I asked him, I think twice, two different ways. John is of the opinion that we may have some Florida residents trying to time the market. What do I mean by that? Or at least what is my opinion about timing the market? What does it mean? Well, you could be an owner of Florida real estate. You may have seen prices go up 50% in 2 or 3 years. You may have a 2.8% mortgage, but you are sitting on, let's call it $300,000 in equity. Something you might choose to do is sell at what you perceive to be the peak, get that big check, and then rent until prices come down. Now, obviously, timing the market generally doesn't work. As you saw in the video, something I talked about is I basically did that, although I didn't sell my primary in 2006. I sold all of my houses, my rental houses, and 1031 into apartments. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. Let me know. What do you think? How many people in your network are even talking about selling their home and renting? Because let's be clear. If 4 or 5 million homeowners decided in a 6-month window that they wanted to cash in their chips, that would be a problem. Now, I'm not one to sit here to think about that is likely, but hey, it's possible. So let me know what you think. Are you personally thinking about selling your house and renting? Or anybody in your family? I don't know. Let me know. Yes, no would be great. I want to see the answers below. See what you all think. So again, check out the interview with John and Lisa. I had a great time. Hopefully you enjoyed those. Next up, we got to talk about FedEx. Why do we have to talk about FedEx? Well, to me, FedEx is that company that you and I could watch and see what's going on really with retail and shipping. FedEx just reported a bad number and lowered guidance. revenue to decline year on year. Folks, if FedEx is seeing declining revenue, what does that mean for people up the food chain, right? To me, FedEx, again, gets a lot of their shipping from other stuff. Hey, Josh, thank you very much. Yeah, hit the like button, folks. Josh, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. So again, FedEx pulls stuff from retailers. And if FedEx is making less money, that means less boxes. Seems pretty simple to me. So let FedEx be a warning of what might be coming. I am standing by my short and shallow recession Q1, Q2. I got to tell you, I don't feel good about it. After yesterday's new home construction or new home sales, did you guys see what happened to GDP Now? GDP Now, Atlanta Fed, I think it went from 1.2% growth, which is a huge downdraft from 5.2. I think it jumped to like 2.7 or something. I don't know, this Q1, Q2 recession that I'm sticking to, and again, I stick to it because I called it. I want to be wrong if I'm wrong. I don't change because I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, FedEx, very, very interesting. Next up, we have to have a conversation about what is called the Powell pivot. I was listening to the Uneducated Economist. Yes, the Uneducated Economist is someone that I follow and watch, or at least I shouldn't say watch, I listen to as I'm running. The Uneducated Economist is talking about credible threats. He's talking about did Jerome Powell pivot? And I think it's a very interesting question. And if you don't know already, the Uneducated Economist is coming to our Vegas event. He will be closing out our Saturday session. So I look forward to seeing that, and hopefully you guys can get some pictures with them and the like. But yeah, we got to talk about it. Did Powell pivot? And when I stepped back and Simon's his name, he really got me thinking. Did Powell pivot? Well, without question, the dot plot says the Fed sees cuts coming. All of them. It ranges from 1 to 6. Now, to me, that is a pivot because the preceding meeting, that really wasn't a topic. More importantly for me, and I think I talked about this the other day when I talked about CPI corrected for inflation is more like 0.5% instead of 3.2, or corrected for shelter. I saw Jerome Powell, I think it was December 1st, in a speech say, we are not talking about cutting rates. 12 days later, in the press conference, he says we are talking about cutting rates. To me, that is a clear pivot, in my opinion. Now, you can argue, what about what the Fed says 3 cuts, the market says 6, the Fed says June, the market says March. To me, it doesn't matter. The next move is lower. That's where I come off on that. You can argue when or how much. To me, a pivot is we're not going higher. Remember, just a month ago, we were talking about 2 more rate hikes this year, or maybe it was 2 months ago. No, we were talking about a rate hike in November and a rate hike in December. Remember? I think that was in October. And I said not happening, but the market and the Fed said 2 more coming. And of course, we didn't get them. So the Fed's not been a great prognosticator. The last thing I will say about the Fed is I actually want to go back 18 months. 18 months ago when inflation was raging, when it was 9.1%, what was the Fed saying? The Fed was saying, now this is pre-Jackson Hole, this is pre-Jerome Powell saying enough's enough, we're going higher. Pre-Jackson Hole, the Fed was forecasting rates to go up about 0.5 to 0.75%. What happened? Well, folks, they went up 525 basis points. So the Fed, their dot plot is not generally right in magnitude, but I do think it's right in direction. So I will say that I do think the Fed pivot has happened. The Fed next move is lower. I don't think the Fed has a clue by how much or when, but I do think the dot plot is a directional indicator like it was 18 months ago. Again, they got it wrong on magnitude, but the direction was clear. So those are my thoughts. Again, a shout out uneducated economist and Simon. I like what he's doing. U.S. Census. Something that I have been tracking for years is population in the United States. Why? Because again, we are an economy of consumers. We are an economy of employees. It's just what makes the engine go. You have undoubtedly heard about collapsing birth rates, which is a problem. Obviously, migration is supposed to, or is filling that back in, because we still are the place that people and entrepreneurs want to come. If you are looking to make your name and you live in a foreign country, the United States still, even with all our problems, is the place they want to come. So what happened with the U.S. Census? Where is it? Oh, here it is. U.S. Census population had the second largest increase at 1.64 million since 2000. I'm sorry, it had the highest increase, 1.64 million, since 2019. What happened in 2019? Why is 2019 important? Obviously, pre-pandemic. 2019, we had a population growth of 1.67 million. So 2023 is estimated by the U.S. Census to be 1.64. Preceding years was significantly lower. So migration, in my opinion, will start to help the labor force. We will start and if we get more labor, we might see inflation come down even faster. So there we go. How about TikTok? So it is my opinion that TikTok is engineered in a way to make us more stupid, in my opinion. How do I say that? What do I see? Well, a TikTok trend that is growing right now within the younger generation, Gen Z and below, this hurts my head. This literally hurts my head. TikTok has a growing trend talking about a silent depression. They are convincing Gen Z that today is worse than the Great Depression. That is ludicrous beyond ludicrous beyond ludicrous. But the fact that it is factually wrong, and it's not even close. The Great Depression had 20% unemployment. We are at 3.7. And dare I say that these Gen Zs that are propagating this notion that the silent depression is worse than the Great Depression, they are likely holding in their hand a $1,000 smartphone that has access to more information, that has the ability to do side hustles, that has the ability to do all of these amazing things. To think that you, holding a $1,000 smartphone, drinking your $8 latte, is worse than the Great Depression, you are an idiot. Now here's the deal. I don't necessarily blame them. I think there is some social engineering behind TikTok by ByteDance and thus by China that is forcing, or whatever the right word is, us to consume garbage. Just complete garbage. That is my opinion. Not sure if you share it or not, but yeah, I am not a TikTok fan, especially when TikTok can push the idea that today is worse than the Great Depression. I'm not saying today is easy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not the Great Depression 2.0, and it's certainly not worse than the Great Depression. That is, I mean, come on. Really? Is that really? Anyways, CNN Business. CNN, somebody on this channel might be from CNN Business. Why do I say that? CNN Business just put out an article that says 2024 will be the year of mergers and acquisitions. Folks, when did you hear that first? This guy. We brought that to you about a week or two ago. It was one of my calls for 2024. And it looks like CNN Business has a plant, a mole, whatever, that is writing articles based on what we are discussing on this channel. I'm kidding. I digress. I don't think that's really happening. I just think it's a good call. I do think 2024 will be the year of mergers and acquisitions. And frankly, it's already started, right? I think there's U.S. Steel and several other ones going on out there. So again, I thought that was pretty interesting. All right, existing home sales. Drum beat, please. I got to tell you, I was a little nervous. I was a little bit nervous because, again, I called a bottom at 3.8 million. Last month, we hit 3.79 million. I said that will be the low. I will admit, I was a little bit nervous. Why? Well, we started November with 8% mortgage rates. We didn't get down to 7.6 by the end of the month. We weren't down a lot. We were down, but not a lot. I was nervous that it would go lower, but I held to my guns at 3.8. So here's the deal. Last month was 3.79. The experts said 3.78. In reality, we got 3.82. Yes! We got another one right. And for the crash bros out there that have been telling you prices are going to crash, sorry to disappoint you. Prices are up. Where are they? Prices are up 4% year on year. Sorry, guys. They were wrong again. Better luck to the crash bros in 2024. Just to close out on mortgage applications, again, remember last week mortgage applications had a really big leg up. They moved down this week. We saw mortgage refis down, mortgage purchase apps down. They were both down about 1%. It will be very interesting to see what's going on in the refi and purchase as soon as we roll into January. Because again, as long as we keep rates below 7, it's my guess that we see more and more demand. But hey, we will get there. Alrighty, folks, one last thing. The Best of ORAT channel has more than 1,000 subs. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. We are now only 750 hours from our 4,000 target. Yes, folks, YouTube has 2 criteria to become a monetized channel. You need to have 1,000 subs, check, and you need 4,000 watch hours. We are 750 hours away. With your support, with your help, we will get there in the next 10 days, maybe 12 days. So if you can go there, and again, remember, Best of ORAT, I have posted 2-hour videos from our boot camp. I've given you the ability to get inside the One Rental at a Time community to see what's going on in the boot camp. We've done ADUs, we've done house hacking, we've done all of these amazing things. Go check them out. If you want, subscribe, but do me a favor, see those videos. I would greatly appreciate it. And one more time, shout out Caesar. I apologize. I dropped the ball, but here you go, buddy. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. Bye.